Alrighty, ready for half number 2 of our doubleheader. Boys and girls basketball on the Falcon Sports Network on this Tuesday night. Aiden Blank, great to be joined by Scott Torello. The girls will take the later portion tonight. They'll have the early start at 4 o'clock tomorrow. But Scott, we saw a terrific boys game. They played very well, and we expect to see a lot more of that in the girls game.
Yeah, we'd love to see a repeat of that performance right here, Aiden. The boys looked very crisp, moved the ball well, passed, shot, drove. They were aggressive. Love to see that same type of energy from the girls here. Get on them early, and let's get everyone involved tonight.
A powerful group of starters. You can see this is not a very big Harding team. They're two bigs that would normally go down low. Are not going to really pose much of a threat.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, all season long, Ludlowe has had great size, so, you know, they have not been fazed by any size. A nice start right off the tap. Nice finish by Laura.
When Laura Herring can play as a center, that's, you know, that's a small team you're facing. We're working without numbers for the time being. Long three, too short. Buescher chases down the long rebound, and nobody's going to stop her into the front court and lays it in. 2 quick baskets, and it's a 4-0 Ludlowe lead.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that tonight, Aiden. I don't think this Harding team could run with Ludlowe. You're going to see some easy baskets. And this trap is going to be much too much for Harding to handle. It's easily 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 15 seconds.
Harding timeout with 7:07 to go.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Harding has just gotten organized, right? To show up and play against someone of Ludlowe's caliber and talent, it's overwhelming, Aiden. It's got to be overwhelming. It's their first game of the year. Probably had less than 10 practices. You know, to come out, the size, the speed, the trap, it's going to be a lot going on.
We will humbly brag. This is a top 5 team in the FCAC, absolutely. This is a very tough game for Harding to play.
You're right. Listen, top 5 in the FCAC means you're top 15 to 20 in the state.
Absolutely.
Right? So, I mean, there's no doubt it's an extremely talented team. And they've proven it so far. What a convincing win on Saturday against St. Joe's. I'm crushed to miss that with you. But, I mean, you know, this team has played tough schedule so far, 2 heartbreaking losses. And the rest of the way, they've looked very competent.
It kind of reminds you of college football. Any one loss feels like the end of the world because one loss can bump you down 2-3 seeds in the final standings. Ludlowe's at 2 losses. They may end up in a situation where they're the 5th best team in the league. Long outlet.
Right.
Paulman all alone lays it in. And for reference, the best team in the conference last year, or at least regular season-wise, the team that lost in the championship, the number 1 seed Staples, had 2 losses. So, I mean, this is a 2-loss team that could potentially be in the 5th best in the conference. I mean, this FCAC season, the league is so balanced.
Yeah, it really is. Those top 6 teams are extremely balanced.
Herron, a good steal, short on the layup. Buescher poked it to Torello. 8-0 start for Ludlowe.
Yeah, 4 baskets, 4 different players. All layups, Aiden. Definitely a great start. You're going to have to see them pull this press off, though, Aiden. It's the game can get too ugly too quickly.
Buescher is got her to pick up her dribble. It should be nice there. Oh, wow. Wonderful interception. Paulman to the basket. 10-0 run to start the game.
Yeah, just, listen, a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism. Kind of they're pressing up on D. This is, you know, it's very difficult for Harding to handle all this.
Another tough one in the backcourt. And another timeout forced to be taken. That's 2 early timeouts that you really don't want to have to take if you're the Presidents.
No, you don't. But, I mean, you know, you see your team struggling out there. You see them kind of lacking direction and confidence in what they're supposed to be doing, you're going to have to burn them and just try to teach, try to coach, try to do the best you can.
And this is a Harding team that will likely end up playing on the first night of the FCAC tournament in those 2, and if you count the boys, 4 elimination games for the last 4 teams in the league. Those should be fun. I think that's going to be one of the good nights to watch FCAC basketball, because you're going to have 2 boys games and 2 girls games between teams that didn't do so well in the regular season but get a chance to turn that around and get a win in the FCAC tournament.
Those will be evenly matched teams, right? Sure, they won't be of the highest caliber, but so what? They'll play hard. They'll try to get a win, try to advance in the tournament. You're right, that'll be fun for those teams.
And we don't usually see that in the FCAC tournament. Usually you have to be the top 8 team in the conference. And listen, I think if they wanted to expand the playoffs, they absolutely could. Maybe make 10 teams and do 2 play-in games and then down to 8. There's definitely chances for them to get more teams involved in what is already such a great league.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The more you keep involved later into the season, the more teams that think they have a shot at making the playoffs, the more they stay engaged, the harder they'll play throughout the season. It's kind of like, the wild card situation in
Absolutely.
MLB. They keep kind of adding more teams, and guess what? That keeps more teams involved.
I like to think of it as kind of the first 4 with March Madness coming up.
Same concept, exactly.
Because every game is elimination, but those games just carry a lot more weight because it's teams that normally wouldn't be getting a win, normally wouldn't even be playing beyond the regular season, getting a win there. Finnegan low post, backdoor. No one shot a 3 yet. That's interesting. They still continue to exploit that size. Finnegan, easy rebound. Pushed out of bounds, but the ball will stay with Ludlowe. Sophie Lemley and Allie Neugebauer will check in. 4:42 left in the first. Ludlowe off to a very strong start, 10-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I liked what they were doing there, right? They had Madison and Caitlin in there doing a little high-low between the 2 bigs. Something that's be nice to work on because they're going to need that later on in the season.
Finnegan too strong. Lemley tries a 3, too short. Good rebound for the Presidents. 4:28 left in the first. Lemley tight guard. Screen, that's going out of bounds, and it goes to Ludlowe.
Looks like he's going to call an illegal screen there, Aiden.
Yeah.
He does. It's going to be Ludlowe ball.
4:13 left in the first. Far side entrance. Ludlowe moving the ball really well. Buscher for 3. Swish. 13-0 run to start this game. The latest of those points being a big 3 from Juliette Buscher.
Yeah, these are fun games to play, Aiden. Everyone's nice and relaxed. There's no stress.
Yeah, you could tell that in her shot right there.
Yeah,
her shot usually looks relaxed, but I mean, the way she was able to circle around so easily and find an open shot in the corner.
Yeah, no stress, nice and relaxed. It's kind of a warm-up style jumper. Those are always fun to take in games.
Rory Kudzie's into the game. Good to see her in. This is the earliest a lot of these girls are going to get into a game all season, and we'll see the same thing with Central tomorrow.
Yeah, it's nice, right? 4 minutes into the game, we've already seen 10 different girls playing.
The biggest thing for Ludlowe tonight is to make sure they keep up the intensity because it's 13-0. We're, 4 or 5 minutes into the game. It's great now, but how are you going to feel in the second half? You have to make sure that that intensity sticks through the entire game.
Yeah, which is so hard to do in these games, Aiden. When you're so far superior to your opponent, which they are in this game, it is so hard to stay engaged, stay motivated, keep working on the things that matter, right? Making the right passes and plays. It's very difficult. And you see Kins over there trying to talk to her bench players, trying to keep them engaged as well. I mean, you get a sense very early how this game's going to go.
Well, the way to keep them engaged is you bring in some of the younger talent that this is their chance to really make an impression on Sarah Kinsley, and we see Rory Kudzie is in there early. She'll get a chance to run the offense. We get a preview of what we're going to see next year.
That's exactly right.
She'll be looking for her first varsity basket, I believe, too. She's the only one on this team that has not scored at the varsity level, so they'll be looking to get her a nice shot early on.
Yeah, and I love the way she moves. She's very athletic. She's going to be a heck of a player for this team. And
with Juliette Buescher and Emma Torello and Laura Herron and some of the best guards that Ludlowe has seen in school history going out next year, Rory's going to have to pick up a lot of the slack. Her brother Aiden was such a tremendous player. I'm sure she picked up a lot from him.
Yeah, you can tell she comes from a family of athletic kids. As you mentioned, Aiden, very athletic. Rory, certainly very athletic. And that's a nice sign right there, Aiden. Again, working on things you're not normally doing. We've seen Callie driving all season long. This is a great game to work on your jump shot.
Into the paint, Kudzie, tremendous defense. Jumper, off too strong, rebound. That's too strong as well. Harding on a scoreless streak to start this game. Almost 8 minutes gone by without a basket for the Presidents. We'll see if they can score here at the very end of the first. Callie Summers shot a 3. I've seen her do that now in 2 games, and she really, if she can develop a 3-point shot, there's nothing she won't be able to do, and she's really going to be able to take over this league.
Absolutely. So athletic. It's to be blessed with that much athleticism. Look at her, right? She just glides. She's long. She's really super talented.
18-0. That is not a typo. 2:13 left in the first. Credit to Harding. They're getting good looks. You just got to get one to go down.
Yeah, if you're Harding, right, you got to keep your head up, try and get a basket, try and break that seal. And, we've seen this Harding coach now for a couple years. To her credit, Aiden, she's so positive over there. She's always encouraging these girls.
True story.
She's always trying to, keep them engaged. Listen, it's, there's a lot going on for these kids outside
long
of this
outlet.
game.
Those are the passes you don't want to make. Lemley couldn't get to it.
2 more Ludlowe girls coming in, right? We see 12 kids already in the first half.
And you know what? That's probably the last time that you'll see those varsity players today. I would assume we probably won't see much more of Juliette or Anna or Madison or Caitlin. Keep them rested. Maybe they get some more playing time tomorrow, but tonight it's all going to be about these youngsters.
Yeah,
Janie Paulman's into the game.
Yeah, what's interesting is tomorrow is actually not going to be any better. So you're going to have to figure out a way to keep these guys engaged before the playoffs start. That's a beautiful pass.
20-0 start to this game. When was the last time you saw Ludlowe put up 20 points in a quarter? They've struggled doing that all season long, and they're doing it so well tonight. Sarah Kinsley looks very relaxed on the sidelines. I'll give her that.
Yeah, these are.
I don't think you'll see her that relaxed. Maybe tomorrow night, but you're not going to see her very much more relaxed the entire rest of the way.
Yeah, these are stress-free games, no doubt.
Picks up her dribble.
These are when it's fun to be a coach. You get everyone involved, everyone's happy, everyone's scoring.
And we've already seen every player with the exception of one, Campbell Eckert, who she'll probably be in very soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've seen all but one into the game so far. In the corner, there's a foul committed by Claire Davenport. That's Ludlow's first. I wouldn't expect they're going to commit many fouls. Harding likes to keep their offense nice and slow and precise. And because of that, Ludlowe usually only commits those big fouls when it's real fast, so I would expect a pretty clean game from them tonight.
Yeah, I agree. This game's going to move very quickly. I don't expect to see many fouls either. Even the refs, right? Even the refs kind of sense things early. And I don't see the refs are going to be too engaged. And,
there's a steal.
Making a lot of unnecessary calls. Yeah, nice drive there.
Too strong on the layup, couldn't finish. Ball goes out. Stays with Harding. 3 seconds left for the Presidents to get a shot. Into the paint, at the horn, travel. And so they're going to go the entire first quarter without a point. What a first quarter for Ludlowe. Impressive work, 20-0. That's the best half we've seen them play all season.
Yeah, and it's only a quarter. So, I mean, you know, again, this team does not have the skill or the depth or the talent to stay with Ludlowe. I mean, credit Ludlowe, right? Look over there, right? I mean, that's a team of talent, size, speed, athleticism, guards, shooters. You know, it's really a complete team. And you know, when this is your first game and this is the team you're seeing, it's a daunting task. And
as a coach who's been in many of these games yourself, I'm sure that you've seen plenty of. I'm sure that you know and can attest to how hard it is to coach in a situation like this.
It is. It's actually harder to coach in a situation like this, right? Because you're trying to be respectful, right? You obviously never want to embarrass another opponent, right? But yet, how do you call off the dogs completely, right? I mean, kids, athletes will be athletes, right?
Exactly.
They're going to keep playing. They're going to keep trying. So the best you can do is just kind of get everyone engaged, get everyone into the game. You see Campbell's in now, so that means every player has gotten in already. You know, these are actually harder moments to coach in.
So the 5 on the floor, Laura Heron, the senior. You've then got Campbell and Claire, the 2 juniors. Janie Paulman, who's a sophomore, and Rory Kudzi, who's a sophomore. So a good mix of sophomores and juniors and seniors on the floor for the Falcons. Into the paint, back out to the free throw line. Shot just missed it, and that's a tough shot to miss.
Yeah, that was great offense right there, right? Had a little movement, had some decent passing, got a nice shot off. Much better.
A really good look. Corner for Janie. Back up top, here's Kudzi. 7:26 left in the second. Ludlowe held Harding scoreless through the first 8 minutes and a foul underneath. Heron in the corner. Here's Rory with 7:15 left. Davenport, the pass into the lane intercepted. Good defense by the Presidents, though. They've come out really good. A good look to start the second quarter. And some good defense.
Yeah, they you know, it was clear they were kind of shell-shocked when the game started. They look a little more settled in right now. You're right, that was good defense. Nice look by Claire. Good reaction by the Harding defender.
To be fair, the Ludlowe offense has slowed down so much. The difference between this offense and the offense we saw in the first, as soon as they start to pick up the tempo, that's where they really start to lose teams. And that's true of everybody, not just Harding. That's where they seem to beat everybody, is when the passing is so strong and the offense moves so fast. Good look underneath and a rebound. There's Janie Paulman's first basket of the night, make it 22-0.
Yeah, great ball movement, great look for Campbell. Unfortunately missed it, but Janie was right there for the putback.
Again, tomorrow, Bridgeport Central in town. The girls will go first, the boys will go second. And it's a half day of school, so everybody can be nice and rested for 4 o'clock. On that far side, trying to put a drive on Kudzi. No, good split of the double team, and they're going to get their first basket of the night.
That's a beautiful dribbling and a very nice shot there, Aiden.
All right, so the scoreless streak lasts about 11 minutes, and now Harding can really start to set up the offense. A lot of times it's that first bucket, and as soon as you can get it, the offense really starts to click.
You can see they're getting into the middle there. Nice shot by Janie. See her hustling back.
Another split. Good offense for the Presidents, but Ludlowe just continuing to roll.
Yeah, very difficult to dribble through 5 girls.
Bunch of seniors starting to check in. I'd love to see Madison against this team. She will cook down low.
Yeah.
Her and Finnegan, we didn't get to see them too much because they got pulled out in the very beginning, but the two of them underneath will be just absolutely detrimental to this Harding defense. On the fast break, first time we get to see them do it tonight, but again, they like to slow it down. Very precision-based offense. But again, they can't really afford to go very fast. We assume they have about the same bench the boys did, which is not more than 2-3 deep. So you don't want them running out everything in the first few minutes. You want to kind of save their energy for the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly cannot run with this team, right? I mean, they're just overmatched, Aiden, right? So, you know, probably your best option is to slow the game down, try to lull Ludlowe into sleep. But, you know, at this point, 22-2, I mean, you know, if Ludlowe didn't score another basket, they'd be hard-pressed to come back and win. I mean, you see this ball movement. It's beautiful.
Good look.
Nice shot.
Davenport a little too strong on that far side. Ludlowe on a little bit of a scoreless run. All 5 players getting checked out at the next horn.
Yeah, that was a nice drive. Nice block by Laura. Good hustle. Nice job hustling back, the Harding girl.
And Eckert's got it to go. Good basket for her. 24-2.
Gonna take their mass break.
Yep, there's a mass break with 3:18 to go. So the 5 on the floor are Torello, Buscher, Roman, Summers, and Pullman. The 5 that are probably the best 5 on this squad. The 5 that will start in a playoff game. The 5 that are going to get you a basket. Besides, of course, Heron, and you're missing Finnegan as well.
Yeah, so, you know, again, I'm sure Kins told him to run some offense, get some movement, just like that last group was doing. And, you know, hopefully they can get into a little groove, step into a few shots. Again, if you gotta be out there with a smiley, and you see him dancing around a little bit in the huddle, right? They're having fun right now. It's great.
3:18 to go. You're going to leave me at halftime. I don't know what we're going to do in the second half if the game continues like this. Hopefully it'll be a very fast second half, but
yeah, I think it will be. I mean,
I'm just going to be sitting here talking to myself while we win by 22 points. That's all right though. It's good to have these games every once in a while, and we'll have them back to back, and then hopefully West Hill wouldn't be much more difficult. They'll have to play pretty hard to beat West Hill, but no one expects them to lose that game, and the same for Wilton, and I guess Darien would probably be the one game they have left where I would say we're probably going to see 4 quarters of true basketball that they're going to have to play to beat that Darien team.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're right. When you look at the schedule, what's interesting is that, you know, can you take 2 weeks off and then turn it back on come playoff time? That's going to be the biggest issue for Ludlowe. Right? They're going to have, obviously, no doubter today, no doubter tomorrow. I don't know what West Hill's about, but hopefully they have some better competition. Wilton is, from what I can see, is very down. So that's going to leave Darien as perhaps your biggest competition in these last 5 games. Hopefully, as you just mentioned, hopefully they push them a little. Because if not, you would have played 5 games and 2 weeks worth of basketball without really playing any kind of what I'll call meaningful basketball.
Yeah, you like to say earlier, this is not your father's Harding team. That's not your father's Wilton team.
No,
that's
right.
not the team that went to FCAC championships almost every year back from 2010 to up until a few years ago. Good shot there. That'll make it a 20-point game. It's a Wilton team that looks so out of touch. I mean, ever since they lost Rob Coloni, foul and one underneath for Madison Roman. Ever since they lost Rob, they really haven't been able to get back to what they used to be. I mean, his touch and what he's done with Ridgefield now, looking for championship number 2, probably favorite at this point to win championship number 2. I mean, it is incredible what he can do to a team.
No, you're right. I mean, he had great success over at Wilton. Has the opportunity to move over to Ridgefield, which is just an abundance of talent as well. So, you know, the combo of his skill as a coach and their skill as players, that's very difficult to deal with.
And not to mention, he left, it's the essential for the Fairfield fan watching, it's essentially as if he left Ward and came to coach Ludlowe, or left Ludlowe and went to coach Ward. Wilton and Ridgefield don't get along very well.
That's a good point. That's a great rivalry, that Wilton-Ridgefield rivalry.
If you can imagine Sarah Kinsley winning a championship this year with Ludlowe and then leaving and taking Dave Danko's spot next year and winning a championship with Ward. I would imagine like 5 championships with Ludlowe and then coming and in her first season winning with Ward. That's a little bit of what happened with Wilton and Ridgefield and Rob Coloni. Tremendous coach, though, and we'll root for him every game except for the game where they likely will play Ludlowe. Good backdoor pass. Buscher can't get it. Roman is fouled underneath.
Yeah, he is a terrific coach, and you can tell he loves engaging in all the off the court stuff too. He
Absolutely.
likes talking to Rudin. He likes, you know, getting his team fired up to play opponents. He likes getting his opponents fired up to play him, and which makes it fun. I mean, you know, everyone's so kind of reserved in their comments and so particular about what they're saying. It's nice seeing just kind of an off the cuff, what I'll call true honesty coming out of him, and it's refreshing. He's
been writing our polls this year. I've been giving him all the information. I say, tell me about these teams and what games you're looking forward to this week, and we've been putting it out every Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he's engaged in that.
He's the only one that's not voting for his team as number 1. I can't figure out why.
He's a big fan of girls basketball. There's no doubt he's a big fan of his team.
Good rebound underneath. So 3 baskets in this second quarter for Harding. That's a very solid quarter for them.
Yeah, much better here. They look a little more settled in. So good for them, Aiden, right? Maybe they can keep this 20-point game the entire game. That'd be nice.
Summers, she's not even doing a full drive against this team because she could get to the basket so easily. That one rolls out from Buscher. I mean, if she drove in this game like she would do in a game against, like we saw against Staples, I mean, she could very easily get past everybody, no matter whether they knew it was coming or not. I mean, she could get by everybody. There's a travel.
Yeah, you're right. But this is a game where you kind of keep it in the tank. You know, keep your reserves. Seems like she's been battling some knee injuries this year. So, you know, she could also take this opportunity, let herself heal today and tomorrow. Going to be 2 similar games.
Yeah, she'll probably, I mean, this group will probably start the second half, and then that's probably all we'll see from them. We'll get a chance to see Rory and Janie and everybody back in. Last chance. Roman a little late, but that's half. So enjoy the practice.
Thank you.
We'll hold down the fort here. I won't let them stage a comeback while you're gone.
Missed you on Saturday against St. Joe's.
We'll be back maybe on Friday. That boys' game should be fun. We'll see if Scott can make it on Friday, but enjoy the game, and we will see you probably Friday.
Thanks, buddy. Always fun doing this with you. I love it. Talk to you soon.
And we'll be back for the second half in just a moment.
Good evening, everybody. March is National Athletic Training Month. And in honor of that, Ludlowe High School would like to recognize the frontline workers of the sports medicine team, the athletic trainers. During March, athletic trainers across America are being recognized for their commitment to helping people prevent injuries, stay healthy and active, and most recently leading the way in establishing COVID-19 protocols. They are healthcare professionals who are highly dedicated to the job at hand. Athletic trainers can be found in high schools, colleges, corporations, professional sports, the military, performing arts, clinics, hospitals, and physicians' offices. Here at Ludlowe High School, Melanie Sully, the head athletic trainer, works hard to keep our student athletes happy, healthy, and performing at their best. Thank you for all that you do. We would also like to thank Gina, who is here from Harding, and former Ludlowe athletic trainers who Judkins made an appearance tonight. Raise the flag, everyone,
like this tomorrow, too. It's all right. They have Darien and Wilton next week, so at least that won't be terrible. But boy, it's going to be tough. All right, let's start the second half. Ready to go on FSN. A new group of 5 in to start the second half. It is Kudzi and Finnegan. They get it around to Paulman. Ali Neugebauer also in there with Sophie Lemley. None of these girls besides Paulman have scored yet tonight, so we'll see. Finnegan has the big size advantage. They haven't used that yet, but she can definitely use that. 7.5 to play in the third quarter. 27-6, long ball, that's good. Good for Harding, a 3 that will drop down, 27-9. Here's Kudzi. High post for Finnegan. I'm sure she's upset that Sarah Kinsley won't just let her post up and bank it in all night, because they could easily put 40 points on her, just dumping it inside and letting her score the way she's got such a size advantage. Good jumper. Ali Neugebauer too short. Running a rebound, so a good start for them. 27-9. Second half of a boys-girls doubleheader that we will see tomorrow, but in a reverse order. The girls will play at 4. We'll be with you for that, and the boys will play a little bit later. They'll take on another Bridgeport school, the Bridgeport Central Hilltoppers. This is the home opener, well, not the home opener, but the season opener for the Harding Presidents, because they lost most of their season because the Bridgeport Public Health Department would not approve them to play. Same thing kind of happened in Stanford and Norwalk, but Bridgeport, they were not able to play until now. So Bassick and Bridgeport Central and Harding all starting to get into the groove of their seasons, all opening their seasons up. Good passing for Ludlowe to start the half. And another takeaway. That's 2 turnovers for Ludlowe offensively to start this second half. A fun little event at halftime. We did honor our athletic trainer, Cindy Judkins. We miss her. She's out for the year, but hopefully we'll see her back very soon. Home run pass. That tough to handle in the corner, but they save it. Going low, and a block by Finnegan. Wanted to ask Cindy, can't remember the last time she was even at this school, let alone on this court. It had to have been last year at the very end of the season. They go low. Finally, they find Finnegan, and she goes right back to Neugebauer, misses, and Finnegan, with her first bucket of the night, brings it back to a 20-point game. We wish Scott the best as well. He had to go, and he'll probably be back tomorrow. But he headed out to head to his son Ryan's practice. We'll probably see him tomorrow. One of the things he mentioned, though, before he left, that one out again. One of the things he mentioned before he left is Harding's goal right now, keep it a 20-point game. If they can try to keep it 20 and stay even with Ludlowe here in the second half, that would be a good day for them as they move into the season. And it's only their first game. They're going to get better as the season rolls on. They have some good shooters and defensive players. Finnegan can't get it. Janie Paulman able to get a rebound underneath. We did see a very interesting score that I didn't get a chance to bring up, but we did see a very interesting score before the half. Earlier tonight, as Lemley and the other senior, Ali Neugebauer, check out, probably for the final time tonight, we did see an interesting score. Staples beat New Canaan by 3, 33-30. New Canaan has certainly played well above their expectations. John Winchester leaving, and their new coach this season coming in just a few weeks before the season. There's a foul underneath. Janie Palmer was being bodied underneath. But good for New Canaan. They're able to put up some close games at least. They've done a lot better than people expected. Good for the Rams. They're fighting the good fight. Couldn't beat Staples tonight, but they had the same chance that Ludlowe had at the very end, which was they had a missed free throw and a chance to tie the game. Would have been a game-tying 3. I mean, anytime you can hold Staples to 33 points, that's a pretty good day in my book. And they should be proud of themselves for that. They're only going to get better with time. We saw them earlier this season, the home opener, in fact, this season opener for Ludlowe. 3:56 to play in the third quarter. One thing that has stayed the same so far has been foul-less basketball. Only one on each team as we enter a mask break. A lot of these players are not big fans of the mask break. They like to keep the masks on and kind of just hang out. They're not really big fans of taking big chunks out of this game, although we mentioned this in the boys' game. With a team like Harding where their bench doesn't go very deep, it's good for them to get that extra timeout or two during the game. It kind of helps them in a season like this. Here's Kudzi. Looking to the high post for Janie Paulman. Clearly Ludlow's trying to drain some clock. We're already down to 3:40 left in the half. Or in the quarter, rather. Looking for an entry pass. She picked up her dribble. Into the low post and out into the corner. 3:20 left in the second half. All smiles over on the Ludlowe bench. Trapped underneath. They got to get it out of the back court. Avoid the 10-second violation. To the corner, looking for one more pass. They won't get it. Here's Kudzi. High post, Summers, one more pass. Campbell Eckert too strong underneath. The Presidents with possession, 2:45 left in the third quarter. Great to have you with us. Boys won today, girls looking for another one. Bounces hard into the corner. Might be the first time all year that the boys and the girls win on the same day, other than Ward is the only other day I can think of. And they'll get that same chance tomorrow going up against Bridgeport Central. Long shot, rims out, rebound pulled by Kudzi. 3:20 left in the second. High post. Summers has a lane. Again, eating up some clock. We'll see another group of 5 on their way in. That is Buescher, Roman, Torello, Paulman, and Heron. That skips around. Summers almost had another big tray. Ludlowe has only scored once in the half. But they've been chewing up a lot of clock. Long three, short. Good rebound. Pulled for Kudzi. Into the corner. Here's Summers. Cross lane. Davenport. Eckert. I'm going to reset with 1:23 to go. Kudzi, cross court. Normally a pass you wouldn't even dare to take. There's a good flash in the lane for Callie Summers, 31-9. Again, she can drive like nobody's business. 1:05 left in the third quarter. To the baseline, forces it up, too strong. Good rebound underneath. Again, too short. And the rebound pulled by Eckert. Ludlowe in transition. They'll slow it down. And that group of 5, they're going back to the bench because we may not be stopped until the fourth quarter. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Ludlowe only with 2 baskets. We'll see if they try to amp up the offensive intensity to start the fourth. Now they start to amp up that intensity with 9 seconds to play in the quarter. Underneath, Davenport too strong. Got a rebound, and finally a jump ball with 2.5 to go. The possession arrow is pointed Ludlow's way, and so they're going to get a chance to hit a buzzer beater here at the end of the third. Davenport inbounding. She found Summers, got it off, and too strong at the end of the third. 31-9. Ludlowe with some drawn-out offensive possessions. We'll take a break and join you for the final 8 minutes on FSN. Well, we head to the fourth. It's 31-9. Ludlowe is on top. Great to have you with us on the Falcon Sports Network. A solid night of basketball all around. The boys getting a big win, and the girls 8 minutes away from one as well. The 5 on the floor to start are Buscher, Roman, who just got the rebound, Heron, now Torello, and Anna Paulman. They were waiting to check in at the end of the third. They didn't get a chance. Good pass. Paulman's wide open. Oh, but she traveled. It was a good look anyways. 7.5 minutes left in the game, and it's 31-9. That ball rolls out. Possession to stay with the Presidents. Again, all the credit in the world to this Harding squad. They came in and they played a pretty good game so far. They've gotten good looks. They've definitely had a lot of success defensively, a lot of takeaways. And that ball goes out. Ludlowe into a little bit of a zone to start this fourth quarter. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but they've drifted a little bit away from man-to-man. Maybe something that Sarah Kinsley's trying to try out. We saw it earlier with both the boys' teams, Harding and Ludlowe. Corner. Here's a Torello 3. That's short. An air ball and a rebound. We'll try it again. Opposite side. Good work underneath, and Roman. Unstoppable force underneath. 33-9. The lead continues to grow. To the wing. Heron got a hand in there. 6:15 left in the third. Stop short. Long 3. That's off. Oh, but a good rebound, Roman. Did she travel? Yes, she did. She wanted a foul, but she'll live with the travel. To the baseline. Now into the corner with 5:55 left. It's been great to have you with us tonight. Appreciate you. If you've hung around since the beginning, I appreciate that. Oh, there's the home run pass from Roman. Heron's going to hang on to it. She could have taken it right to the basket. Bouncing for Roman. Try to run the offense one more time. High post, pulls up, swish. Madison Roman with the only 2 points of this half for Ludlowe, quarter I should say for Ludlowe, 35-9. Timeout call by the Presidents with 5:18 to go. Take one with you. Back in a bit on FSN. .5:18 to play in the fourth. It is great to have you with us for Ludlowe girls basketball on FSN. Our broadcast tomorrow will be, again, girls basketball. They'll take on Bridgeport Central. Boys as well. And then Friday, the girls are headed to West Hill. You can watch that game on Local Live. The boys are here. We'll have that game for you. That's a big one for the boys. We'll certainly look forward to that. They'll try to go 3-0 this week if they can get a win tomorrow. They'll try to go for 3-0 against Darien. I beg your pardon, against West Hill. There's another travel. We've seen a lot of travels on both ends today. And then next week will be the final week of regular season play. Believe it or not, they're going to finish out next week with Wilton, well, Darien, and then Wilton. And that's it. That's the season. They're going to go play a playoff. And hopefully they're still able to play at a real competitive level and not get bogged down by the competition. I mean, they're going to have to play down to tonight and then Central and probably Wilton next week. I mean, they're not going to have many tough competitions. They're not going to really have a lot of competition between now and the end of the season. So the one hope is that they come into the playoffs, no matter who they're playing, whether it's the 13 seed if they're a 4 seed or the 12 seed if they're a 5 seed, or even the 14 seed if they, knock on wood, happen to be a 3 seed. They're gonna have to play a real game in the playoffs, and the hope would be that they don't come out lackadaisical. That's a 3 from Summers, and she connects. 40-9. They mark it at 2. It looked like a 3. Her feet were right on the line, but we'll call it a long 2, and it's now a 30-point Ludlowe lead, their largest of the night. Home run pass. There's a 3. Too strong. Harding connected on the 3 to start the half. See if they can continue with that success. Kudzi into the lane. Lemley got a jumper, and she's short. Finnegan, couldn't get that either. Summers a good rebound, and now they're going to try to kill some clock. 3:18 left in the fourth. High post for Finnegan. Got it back. There's Neugebauer. The jumper, no. She's 0 for 3 from the field. Good pass. Finnegan over 2 President defenders, and now it's 41-9. Really great game that Ludlowe played tonight. Clean basketball. Maybe the final substitution in just a moment at 2:47 left in the fourth. We'll see Janie Paulman and then the 2 juniors, Claire Davenport and Campbell Eckert. 2:35 left in the fourth. Lemley, Finnegan into the corner and back around. Kind of playing catch. Good shot fake by Allie Neugebauer. That's something they've developed a lot this season. Really only Anna Pullman had it last year. but they've done a very good job at developing a shot fake and not shooting every time they go into the motion. 2:07 left, and it's not going to help. In a game like this, it's not your biggest priority, but in a game like Staples or Trumbull or Ridgefield, if they can get there, it'll definitely be a helping hand for them. And it certainly hurt them last year that every time they went into the shooting motion, they shot. Good move inside, can't get it. Harding trying to get into double digits at the very end of this game. Back around into the corner. On the baseline, pulls up, no. Lemley couldn't save it. Minute 27 remaining. So Callie is out, as is Ali Neugebauer and Sophie Lemley. And a quick mask break just inside a minute and a half to play. Solid game for Ludlowe. They will continue to improve, but this is a very good game for them. Overall, they'll get a chance to play again tomorrow, probably a very similar game. And then we will see. Probably a tougher game than this on Friday against West Hill, but they're still expected to win it. And then they will take on, again, Wilton, who they should probably beat pretty easily. And then Darien might be an interesting game. That may be a game they have to really work for. But they're expected to win that as well. Darien's 3-2. Ludlowe is 5-2 with a win. Here they'll go to 6-2. Harding is 0-1. They got a chance to play already this season. So this is their second game, and they'll get into double digits at least, narrow it to 30. Kudzi finding Claire, and then Campbell, and then Caitlin. Perfect connection underneath. That's something you'll probably see a lot next year with Claire and Campbell both advancing into their senior year, and Caitlin Finnegan becoming a real star as a junior. We'll see who gets named a captain next year. That's obviously probably the least important thing about next season, but you know, Claire and Campbell will be captains. We'll see if any of the sophomores get that as well. You know, the seniors this year stayed captains. Last year it was Bochy and those three seniors now, then juniors, Juliet and Emma and Anna. Next year, all of them are going to graduate. There's a foul underneath. Roman. No, that was Campbell Eckert who took a hard hit to the deck. She got Finnegan. Low post, missed it, put it back. Out of bounds, and Harding may get a chance to take the last shot. "20 seconds left. Ten. Down to 7. They got to start to move toward the basket. 4 seconds left. And that'll do it. Ball game over. Ludlowe wins by 32. Not much more to say than that. We'll be back tomorrow. 4 o'clock for the boys. I beg your pardon, 4 o'clock for the girls. Boys will be a little bit later. Great to have you with us. For Scott Torello, who had to go. He regrets it, but he'll be back tomorrow. And our cameraman, Chris Blank, I made him blank. So great to have you with us. Good night.